Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Well, hi there, Pink. What are you doing? Pink, I really don't want you going under there. Pink is a very large West African gaboon from Sierra Leone, where they grow West African gaboons. Are known to be the largest of the West African species. I'm trying not to get her excited. I'm trying also not to allow her under that. I know. Come on. She has 2-inch fangs, so I am giving her as much space as I can, because she can reach at least her full body length, and she has very large amounts of very toxic venom. Come on, baby. There are several recorded gaboon bites in the U.S. every year, and I don't want to be one of them. But I did want to let her out to get some enrichment so she could stretch her scales, because she spends a huge amount of time in her cage. And I don't necessarily think that's good. Hey, you're causing trouble no matter where you go, huh? Now, believe me, lifting her up is quite the exercise with one hand. Now, Mr. Boomslang is watching, but Mr. Boomslang gets very frightened when he sees other snakes and goes ballistic. Come on, you can't go under there. She's going to get fed up with me at one point. Come on. You want to go back in your cage? Ah. Was that a cough, or was I compressing your trachea, huh? It's one of the issues with very large gaboons like this. I should probably go down and get the other hooks and stuff, is they need a lot more support than, let's say, your small gaboon. Now she weighs, God, I have no idea, and I'm not going to put her in the pail in order to figure that out, but she's got to be at least 15 or 20 pounds. Hi. Now, yeah, the head tilts are warning signs that she's not sure of what that is. And watching the pupils dilate really makes me nervous. It's no threat. It's no threat. Gaboon viper cam you don't often see. Hi. There. Does that feel better? Huh? What's up, big girl, huh? As long as you go straight, I'm not going to stop you. It's just that I don't want you under furniture because it's much more difficult to extract you, and I have to move other cages and distract and disturb other snakes. Huh? Now, you guys missed it, and maybe I'll be able to catch it on the webcam in the room, but I didn't pull her out. I just opened her cage door because she was sitting on it, and she doesn't often sit at the front door. And I just left it open because I thought she wanted to come out for a stroll. So I figured I would go away for a little while and see what happened. I do have some food stocks that I was going to feed some other animals in the room, but with her out, it's just not advisable. Now there you see rectilinear motion, the sort of caterpillar methodology. Now, if she was struck and swung, I am definitely within range. Mr. Boomslang is watching her like, holy cow, what the hell is that? Huh? Are we just sort of dragging your ass along, huh? Come on. Come on, you can't go in there. She is really heavy. I'm trying not to break her ribs. I am not going to pick her up and pose with her like other people do. I just don't do that. There's Mr. Boomslang. He's like, oh my god. She's now getting pissy. No, you can't go under there. So, snakes that get pissy go back into their cage, my dear. So that's exactly what's going to go on. I see that pupil dilated, which means that she is indeed getting angry. Standing up over her indeed gets her upset. Come on. Time for you to go back in. Go ahead. Go on. How that beautiful pattern is all assembled by all those different pigments that are encoded by her DNA on where to appear and what shade and what size. Truly amazing. Okay, so she's going into her hut and her mini adventure is over. So as soon as the tail clears the door, I'll shut it up and I'll continue with feeding. She's a big girl. Come on. Move your tuchus. I'm sorry. There we go. A snapper down here. I think she's a 2-year-old Benin Rhino Viper. She's a rather large girl now. She earned her nickname Snapper. Normally, I mean, probably 80% of the time when I slide open her cage, she'll actually snap to one side or the other, expecting sort of food to come in. But as you can see, she's quite big for the tub, so I'm going to move her to a regular vision cage where she might have a little bit more room to stretch out. So let's see how this goes. Now, again, I don't handle my animals very often. They come out when their cage needs to be really serviced. That's all. I don't put them out for display. If they're inclined, I know you don't want to go in there. I know it's not your home, but you're going to make it your home. Only if they're interested in coming out for enrichment will I take them out. Oh boy.
Whoa, yeah. Thud.
It's a large venomous slug.
Boy, that is intimidating sounding.
Come on. I know I touched your tail. Okay. I know it's nice and bright in your cage. These are the new LED lights that I've installed. They work in your normal fluorescent fixture, except they don't use a ballast. They run on 110 volts, but only consume 7 watts of power. Now your old fluorescent bulbs consume 18 watts of power. So it's a little bit less than 50% power saving. So, well,
much brighter. Very
yes,
nice.
they're color balanced. They're 6,500 Kelvin color temperature, so they're real daylight bulbs. They're not UV bulbs, but they contain the normal spectrum, like if you went outside. They'll get some UV, although I'm somewhat hesitant putting a Rhino Viper in bright cages because they're sort of a deep forest snake and don't like the light too much. So we'll see how they do in there. I have kept Rhino Vipers in cages before with good illumination.
Sure does show off her colors nicely.
Yes, yes indeed. But she'll take a few days to adapt. This one, who was in this cage for quite some time, I replaced the lighting fixture and moved her in here. The fixture bulb was burnt out. It was the old fluorescent bulb, so I removed her. I put her in a tub. I fixed the lighting fixture, replaced her substrate, and put her back in the cage. And now she's butthurt. She's burrowed into the back there, not to be seen. But she did poke her head out long enough to feed the other day. But you know, she's not been visible for a bit. Hi, I know, I'm sorry. You were climbing my hook, so I let go of it. You don't want to take a rhino bite. Although the South African polyvalent is paraspecific, which means that it works, may not neutralize all the venom components, but enough to allow you to survive, because, believe it or not, it's not made with any rhino viper venom. It's made with, puff adder venom, Bitis eritans, gaboon viper venom, and those are the two venoms that are put in there because those guys do most of the biting in Africa. Rhino vipers, as I said, are deep forest snakes, and you really have to sort of go, into the wilderness. They're found along lakes and streams sunning themselves, so they're semi-aquatic, but you would really be surprised. They really don't like getting wet. Just the way it goes. So I'm going to shut this now and allow her to calm down and hopefully acclimate to her new environment. I know. Calm down. You're okay. We'll leave you alone for a while.
Definitely not happy.
No. And if we vacate the room, the happier she'll become. Well, hi, Mr. Puffy. Mr. Puff Adder has been pretty active this morning, scooting around his cage and looking like he wants to come out, so we shall indulge him. Curious tongue flick, trying to see what's in the environment. There's the female puff adder. Do you want to do puff adder cam? Oh, that's a defensive posture. That's a defensive posture. Check it out. Oh, that's a nice puff adder cam. Hi there. Puff adders have long fangs, a short temper, and lots of highly potent venom. Your typical cytotoxins, snake venom metalloproteases, all those components that cause people lots of damage and can cause death if untreated. One of the things you have to watch out for if you're bitten by a puff is the physician needs to watch out for volumetric shock because of your vascular beds get so screwed up and there's a lot of swelling. Blood is trapped in your extremity and you lose that volume of blood and can no longer circulate it. What? Huh? It's unbelievable. I have pictures of people free-handling these things, and these things really have a short fuse and don't put up with any nonsense. This is one of the last snakes that I would attempt to free-handle in the collection. I think your chances of getting bit by one is almost certain bet. They grow to up to 5 feet long and produce a record number of babies in the snake world. One female produced 168 live babies. This is why they're quite common throughout Africa. They have different colorations and patterns depending on where they're from. And there are some really beautiful ones, and then there's some butt ugly ones too. But puff adder is a puff adder, right? Huh? Do you want to come at her, or are you just comfortable sitting there? Huh? Now, my leg is cramping, so I have to sort of move a bit, and he will not like that. Yeah, see? Huh? He's actually pretty good tempered. He's not as good as the tempered as the one that I sent to the Bronx Zoo. That one we really liked a lot, but it was promised to the zoo. Therefore it went. We really liked that. We called it Puffy Dog because it would get all excited at feeding time and wag its tail. Puff adders have been observed to caudal lure in the wild. Now I just have this feeling that he's working up to something. So if he strikes the camera, don't be... I'm going to be a little bit shocked, but don't be shocked yourself. But puff adders can do things unexpectedly. I was watering... I watered one and was taking pictures of it, and it did end up striking the camera and scaring the heck out of me. And fortunately, the camera was in between me and the pointy end, so the camera took the brunt of it. Oh, you decided to ignore the camera and go back to sniffing around? Yes, I know. I stood up. My knees can't handle that position for very long.